Welcome to NXTGEN Season 15. This the Chewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. We have 10 drivers. This the professional lobbies. I say professional, the pro lobby. This championship split into two classes. Let's get that on. We're going to get ready to go racing. VLX Sparks on pole, followed by F124YS. We're green for the first race of two in this pro lobby. And it looks like a decent getaway from VLX Sparks as we head into Paddock Hill. That is Cutler and Hellage PTRT. Side by side, we've got further battling on further back. We head up into Druids. Sparks having to defend. Cutler, and here comes Scowers going past Hellage. Through Druids. Still side by side. As they head into Graham Hill. Now up towards Surtees. Looks like he's all calmed down at the front though. Cutler battling with F124YS into clearways. Through to Clark Curve. And a lovely move made by Cutler. Start to filter through. Cuddles has ended up at the back. He's obviously lost a few positions here, but PK261 having a nose there at Big Z for P6 as they head down towards Druids for the second time. Oh, that was someone going quite wide, possibly 1805. Meanwhile, Big Z is on the tail of Hellage PTRT, who has a penalty right now. Into Surtees and clearways. F124YS still hasn't found a way past Cutler. And a good run by PK261. Onto the main straight. They're going to be side by side. And further up, F124YS, I thought he was looking for a move then. But PK down the inside of Big Z. And a move made there. Lovely done into Paddock Hill. And Cuddles in the background has got past Matthew Lambert. I believe a new driver tonight. Though he's having to defend going into Graham Hill. Meanwhile, F124YS is right on the tail of Cutler here as we head into clearways into Clark Curve. Side by side on the exit. This for second place. F124YS isn't fully clear. They're practically rubbing door to door as they go down the main straight, and Cutler, no, he's not conceding. He is looking down the inside, but he's not quite going to get there. And F124YS claims it, and Cutler's round into the wall on the exit of Paddock Hill. Bit of a shame. He was having a good little tussle there with F124YS. PK261 though has Bigsy on his tail. Oh, hello, that is Cuddles in the background. He's gone absolutely sailing off at Graham Hill. So we head through Clark Curve for the fourth time. VLX Sparks. Sparks still leads this race, followed by F124YS. Heads into Druids. Currently fastest lap here at the moment for Sparks, a 53.1, 52.9, obviously in replay function is 52.8. Fraser, F124YS, currently having the fastest lap, and he's going even quicker at the moment. Scout through the field. 6:05, there's Matthew Lambert, there's Cuddles, there's Cutler having to have a bit of recovery. He's got about 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes to sort out a bit of a recovery drive here. 24 hours, couldn't go quicker that time around. We're starting to get a bit of a close battle now between Scowers and Hellage PTBRT. Hellage obviously finding that. Oh, hello. I don't know if that was just. I think that was just Sparks' tyres deciding they were going to scream a little bit going into Druids. They all run a bit wide. This growing battle now. This is going to be for third place. As they head through now. Towards Paddock Hill again. This is the 7th time. And Hellage looking down the inside. Bit of a contact there between Scowers and Hellage. Bit of touching, but here comes PK 261. He's now looking to take advantage of that. He's not going to be able to take advantage. He's now looking for a switchback. Hellage just about gets away with it. Just ran into Druids a little bit too deep, tapping the back of Scowers, and that's inevitably slowed him down on the exit. And now PK261, who's in 5th, is having to fend off Big Z. Further back, it looks like 1805's had an issue. Cuddles has Cutler behind him. Cutler, I believe, in the Chloe Hewitt coloured Mini. This is not my usual league I tend to commentate on, but it's good to watch. Cutler gets past Cuddles on the exit, but Cuddles immediately looking down the inside. Cuddles has come up from the Pro-Am lobby, I believe, this season, up towards the Pro, and he's making a statement there to Cutler saying, yeah, I might not be the fastest in this league, but I'm still here. And he's still there, willing enough to poke his nose around and show his face in the mirrors. But Cutler, I think he's not really going to get up much more than this, but it means he'll have a decent starting position because it's reverse grid for race number 2. Matthew Lambert is getting on the back of Biggsy now, who still hasn't got past PK yet, and he is not going to be pleased with that. As they head into Druids. Through Graham Hill, Matthew Lambert obviously getting past Big Z. Now looking at PK 261. Having a nice first race here is Matthew Lambert. Yeah, cracking cars to drive these minis. Spark still leads though, F124 is nowhere near. Scowers in 3rd, Hellage in 4th, PK 5th. Matthew Lambert is in 6th now, Big Z in 7th, Cutler is 8th, Cuddles is falling back. We've got an issue, and yeah, that's retirement from 1805. Big Z though, still on the back of Lambert. Lambert running wide, coming out of Graham Hill Bend. Left, flick it right. Down the Brabham Straight we go for the 10th time in this race. We're coming up 9 minutes gone. We have just 6 minutes left of this first race, the sprint race. Everyone on mediums as we head through Paddock Hill. We'll stay on board here with Big Z for a lap of Brands Hatch. This is the Indy variant. Up into Druids, uphill, hit the brakes as late as you can, get it tucked in. Just bring in the throttle, make sure you don't go too wide. You can gain a lot of time by staying a bit tighter. Lambert runs out really wide. Hit the brakes into Graham Hill, just tap, get the front end tucked in. That might be a penalty for us. Just slightly cutting Graham Hill there, using, yeah, there it is, 5.5 of a second. Surtees, flat left, flat right. Oh, wow, I thought it'd been, maybe Cutler using a lot of the revs. Into Clark Curve, he's run a bit wide, but he'll get the throttle on early. Got two lines there, you can go out wide, cut and square the corner off and go in a bit tighter and let it run out. Down the Bradman straight, and that is a lap. That is the penalty being taken for Bigsy. Meanwhile, Lambert is not really making any headway, but up above, Hallige and Scarroz. I will apologise if I pronounce anyone's PSN name wrong. Some people I've raced against on here, some people I haven't. So, Scarroz goes wide, out of Graham Hill. Hallige has a little look coming up towards Surtees. Can't quite take advantage, although he could get a completely different line. Oh, that's a big shunt going into clearway through Clark Curve. Hallige obviously not gaining the position, which is good, and Scarroz amazingly keeping that on the track. That's a very touring car, bit more than a touring car tap from Hallige, just completely outbraking himself, I think, going into clearways behind Scarroz. Matthew Lambert, though, has a good run as PK runs wide into the gravel, loses the place to Lambert. And now Matthew Lambert is on the back of Hallige. 11 minutes gone. A lot of laps around here, a lot of concentration needed, all three of them running wide. The front two are gone, and, well, to be fair, they're not going to catch each other either. Matthew Lambert looking down the inside of Hallige, coming through clearways, through Clark Curve. He's still on the inside. Down the Bradman straight he goes. Hit the brakes. Into Paddock Hill, and Matthew Lambert gets the move complete so far, but here comes Hallige looking for a switchback. It's not quite going to happen. The back end looked a little bit loose coming out of there. They hit the brakes, and Matthew Lambert is looking at a potential podium spot here. Scarroz is right there for the taking. And if he gets past, there won't be a lot of time for Scarroz to react and get the place back. Hits the brakes, goes through Clark Curve now, and he's done a great little dummy there. He's almost sold Scarroz as they collide coming down the front straight. Scarroz trying to keep his ground, is not quite going to work, but Lambert's still there. Very much squeezed to the inside, but a car's width left open. And that is Matthew Lambert through into the podium, and Scarroz and Hallige both go wide into the gravel. PK 61 picking up 4th place, and here comes Bigsy into 5th. So Scarroz, who is running in 3rd for so long, now finds himself his position doubled in 6th. There's Cutler in 8th. There's Cuddle still running around in 9th. Good to see. But Matthew Lambert, this has been a good start for him. Up into 3rd place now in this pro lobby. He's only got a minute and a half to make sure he stays there. There's PK 261. The field is slightly more spread now. Cutler, Hallige has retired. Hallige PTRT. So he's retired here on lap number 15. But whilst no one's really fighting at the moment, although PK might start coming under attack on the last lap from Bigsy, this is your leader. Sparks has dominated this race so far. He'd gone away early. And quite frankly, F124YS, there's nowhere he's going to catch him during this race. Very good. Meanwhile, for fourth, Big Z and PK261 have found themselves quite close to each other. On this, the final lap for the Chewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Round number 5 here at Brands Hatch Indy, race number 1. Keep an eye on it, but we'll go to our leader because it's going to be VLX Sparks who takes the win at Brands Hatch Indy for race number 1, followed by F124YS. Matthew Lambert comes around Clark Curve. He's going to take a sensational third place. A great drive from him. Fourth will go to PK261. Fifth, Big Z. Sixth is going to be Star Wars 22. Seventh will be Cutler. And eighth will be NGR Cuddles. We've had 2 retirements, 1805 and Helage. So, Next Gen Season 15, this, the Chewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. This is the Pro Lobby. It's race number 2 for Brands Hatch Indy. 30 minutes and there will be a pit stop as we wait to get underway. Rev rise. We're green here at Brands Hatch Indy. Cuddles with a not a bad start, but Cutler will definitely be looking to take the lead early here after his race 1 issues. But he went off early on, couldn't recover, so he starts second on the grid. It looks like a clean getaway from the 8 drivers here for race number 2. And Cutler immediately looking down the inside, this for the lead. And the lead he takes, now he needs to run away because in the background you can see F124YS and Sparks, the top 2 of the title fight. Meanwhile, PK261, that's F124YS, a little bit out of shape as he's behind Matt Lambert. PK261 in 5th. Big Z just ahead, or should I say just behind now, and here comes Lambert to go through as well behind. He's got the inside line. They're almost 3 abreast coming out of Clark Curve. They are 3 abreast. Matthew Lambert practically pushing Star Wars 22 along as well, trying to get past these 2 cars. Matthew Lambert into 4th, Big Z 5th, PK261 the big loser on that lot. And F124YS is enjoying the battle right now as he moves up into 6th place. And Sparks follows. And F124YS making moves now on Big Z. Sparks still on the outside of PK261. The little collision, and he hasn't got past, which is big stuff because now F124YS can focus on Matthew Lambert. And up ahead, the battle for second is heating up. Cuddles has Star Wars behind him. Now Star Wars running in 3rd place for most of race number 1. Couldn't quite get it done though. F124YS side by side. That's with Big Z. Big Z looking to make a move potentially going into Paddock Hill. Couldn't quite do it though. Cuddles is sticking with Cutler. A bit of understeer through Paddock Hill. And Scar's down the inside of Cuddles. Makes the move. And immediately goes wide. Cuddles goes through. Matthew Lambert gets through. Oh, he's cool. Bit of collision on the re-entry, and there goes Big Z down to 8th place. And Sparks up into 7th. Bit of a hard one there for Scars. Just come on and unfortunately clipped Big Z and sent him spearing off a Graham Hill bend. F124YS though on the tail of Matthew Lambert. Matthew Lambert back up into 3rd place, behind though VLX Sparks. Now up into 6th place. Maybe looking for a move. You're running to Druids. Cuddles having to defend from Matthew Lambert, who doesn't have enough to make a move. Scarwars has gone wide. Sparks immediately down the inside. No second invitation required. Matthew Lambert looking to force it out. Oh, there's the error from Cuddles. Matthew Lambert has forced the error. Here he goes into second place. F124YS now looking to take advantage as well down the inside, heading towards 30s. He's going to take advantage. Sparks does as well. Scarwars, because Cuddles got a penalty. Sparks still behind Scarwars here, actually. Didn't fully make the move complete, even though he got held up, and fortunately Scarwars got through. But Cutler still leads from Matthew Lambert from F124YS. Down into Paddock Hill Bend. PK261 with Cuddles. Sparks now down to 7th. He's not getting through the pack as quickly as he probably would prefer as he goes down the inside of PK261. Makes the move stick this time. He's into 5th. Scarwars, the next man, in 4th. It's amazing we've had, oh hello, bit of lag. Bit more lag. And Sparks is now into 4th. And setting a fastest sector time through there. Is that Fraser? Fraser's got a penalty here. Fraser's got to take a penalty. Scarwars now down the inside of Sparks. This the battle for 4th place right now. And in reality, Sparks could do without this. He needs to get on the back of Fraser, otherwise known as F124YS, as they continue to scrap. Sparks back up into 4th. Matt Lambert looking down the inside of Cutler. And Fraser right there if anything happens. Round the outside of Graham Hill Bend, you don't see many moves like that. Yes, and that's why. Matthew Lambert runs wide. Manages to get back on in 3rd place, so he's not lost too much ground. Meanwhile, now the front two, Cutler and F124YS. Matthew Lambert runs wide in the background. He's going to give up position to Sparks and PK along with Scarwars. Yeah, the rumble of the engines, brilliant in these cars. But Cutler and F124YS battling away. On board with F124YS. He's got a good run, or just taps the back of Cutler, which is going to impede him going into Druids. I mean, any run would be nullified. Go into the left-hander. Graham Hill Bend. Cutler runs a bit wide. We've got Sparks behind us in the mirror. F124YS now thinking he's got to get the move done before the round of pit stops. Now we know now this time around, obviously in the sprint race they start with 100% or 100 litres of fuel. In this game 100%. At the start of this one they only have 70%. And here comes Sparks looking around the outside, heading towards Paddock Hill Bend. Oh, couldn't quite get there, and he's run a bit wide. PK261 takes advantage, and there goes Scarwars practically pushing through Sparks as he goes down to 5th place. F124YS is finding it hard to get past Cutler now. Although he's a fairly cool and calm customer, is F124YS. He will bide his time. But here comes PK261, looking to go around the outside of 30s. This could be interesting. Couldn't quite get there. Not really a different line either from PK261. It's not even like he's tried to... Oh, he's gone in the back of F124YS. Getting a standard touring car manoeuvre. The top 6 really are covered by such little time, so I don't get the timings on the replay. Background you see Bigsy there, trying to catch back up to Cuddles. F124YS still looking for that elusive run coming out of Paddock Hill. Has he got it this time? No, he doesn't, because Cutler goes to the inside. PK261 has Scarwars looking on his inside. He can't quite do anything. Sparks is there still in 5th. Cutler is doing a fantastic job right now by holding F124YS behind, who everyone knows is a really quick driver. I mean, I've raced against F124YS in the Scirocco Cup. He is very hard to keep behind, but PK261 sees an opening down the inside. They're going to leave Fraser out to dry here, F124IS on the outside. Here comes Skywise, he's hoping to pick up the slipstream. But F124IS just about chops his nose off before he can get a good enough look in to force the issue. Sparks is down to 6th, meaning Matthew Lambert up to 5th. F124YS looking down the inside now, this for 2nd place. Lovely move. And here comes Skywise behind, looking down the inside for 3rd place against PK261. And yep, he's through. Sparks into 5th. Now looking potentially for 4th. Towards Graham Hill. No, he's going to back out of that one. Look for a better line through. Cutler still doing a fantastic job. We've had coming up 9 minutes now of racing, and these 6 have been nip and tug. As here comes Skywise down the inside of Fraser. I call him Fraser because it's easier than saying F124YS, but Fraser. Oh, we've got a first pit. That is Sparks. Sparks with 13% left. Comes in the pits. At the 9-minute mark. Was on softs. What's he going to be on the exit of the pit lane? He's gone up to 63% and still on soft. So I wonder if it's a 2-stop strategy potentially. It's quite an early pit stop from Sparks. I think he's on a 2-stop strategy now, being this early. Maybe just going all out, just pushing really, really hard, and using. Now he's got to use those. Skywise now comes in the pits, as does PK261 as he enters. Cutler still with Fraser behind. Matthew Lambert now into 3rd currently. Cuddles up to 4th. Bigsy's in the pits. He started on medium tyres, so he's gone not very long into this stint. But Cutler now under pressure. Here comes F124YS, otherwise known as Fraser, going into Graham Hill Bend down the inside. Cutler can't do anything about that, although he might have a good exit speed coming towards 30s. He looks inside, no, Fraser covers that one off. I should think either these guys are saving fuel on their maps, or they're just better on fuel. As Matthew Lambert now takes the plunge, coming in the pit lane. What did he go on? He was on mediums, 1% left. So yeah, these two must be on like map 2 or 3. Because they are stretching this stint out. 10 minutes gone, a third of the way there. So F124YS doesn't have. I feel like Sparks up into 3rd now. He's actually done the undercut on PK261 and Matthew Lambert. Matthew Lambert into 6th. 52.9 that time around from Sparks compared to a 54.9, and now a penalty for Fraser. I'm sure these guys must be coming in the pit soon. No, they go around one more time. Maybe I think they're looking to reach that 15-minute mark. I wonder if you can get 15 minutes out of a tank. Well, you can. I'm pretty certain you can get 15 minutes out of a tank of fuel. So they are. It looks like they're going to try and make that work. 54.0 for Fraser that time around. 53.3 for Sparks. And again, Fraser with another penalty to his name. 0.2. There's Cutler trying to reel him in. They stay out for yet another lap. A 53.8 for Fraser. Sparks, what does he do this time around? A 53.2. Still 9/10 he's gained. He's gaining it more and more. Now, Fraser. 53.8, that's around 6/10 lost there to Sparks by Fraser. Reached 13 minutes, they're going to stay out yet again. Let's have a look. We use Fraser's time at the top to see how far behind Sparks is. Sparks is going to be about 15 behind at the moment. 53.8 there from Fraser. A 53.1, so yet another 7/10 taken. As Fraser goes through. Meanwhile, the battle for 5th has been beginning to heat up between Scars, Matthew Lambert and Bigsy. Looking on the map, as Fraser comes in the pits. This is going to be key as all three of them run wide coming out of Graham Hill. Into Sparks. Yes, Sparks has passed Fraser in the pit phase. However, we think Sparks will have an extra pit stop to make. Scars, though, having to hold on to this 5th place right now from Matthew Lambert. PK261's been doing quite well up above. They'll have Fraser to contend with shortly as Matthew Lambert down the inside at Druids. That is job done. Or is it? Scars still looking down the inside but can't quite do anything. Cutler comes into the pits. Scars runs a bit wide, and that's going to let Matthew Lambert get away, and Bigsy on the tail of Scars here. Into clearways. Sparks now leads this race. PK261 and Fraser will go through as Cutler rejoins just behind them. But Bigsy behind. Looking potentially around the outside of Paddock Hill, that's not quite going to work. Looking now for a potential switchback and a run into Druids. Oh, hello. Big direction change from Bigsy. Maybe thinking he'll try and get a different line through Druids to create the opportunity. Fraser now passes PK261. I'm thinking Sparks might pit within the next 3 minutes, roughly, about 20 minutes in. I think he's going to do a pit stop at 10 minutes, a pit stop at 20 minutes, and go absolutely flat out to the end for the final 10, hoping that Fraser's tyres will be highly worn come near the end of the race. As Bigsy looks to the outside. Down the hill. Looks to the inside. Druids, he's got a nose in. Bit of contact, he backed out of it, make sure he didn't gain the position. So Scowers keeps that 6th place for now. Clearways and Clark Curve. Everything is starting to calm down very slightly. This is your leader at the moment, VLX Sparks. He won race 1. Can he win race number 2 on this oddball 2-stop strategy? Scars has Bigsy right behind him yet again through Druids. See if I can get a bit of a timing on Sparks and Fraser. Scars runs very wide through Graham Hill Bend, keeping it pinned. Still ahead of Bigsy. Sparks is in, so we won't get a timing. We're going to get Fraser now leading this race. It looks like Sparks is going to come out in 4th, 5th, 7th. The game is reckoning right now. And is reckoning correctly, because here comes 5th and 6th. This has not worked out for Sparks at all. He has lost a heap of time on this two-stop strategy. Scar is now fighting for a top 5 place with Bigsy. And up front, PK261 is starting to come under fire from Cutler. Although here goes PK261 for his pit stop. I don't know whether he came in early as well. I think he might have, to be honest. Matthew Lambert stays out. He goes up into 3rd. There goes Scarwise and Bigsy in the background. Now Sparks is on the tail of Bigsy. Look down the inside. That's a pretty simple move. I think Bigsy probably looking at that thinking, it's not my fight. He's on fresher tyres. I don't want to lose any more time than I have to fighting him. And potentially Sparks can bring Bigsy into play against Scarwars. On board then, the roof camera. See here right behind Scarwars, on board with Sparks, heading towards Paddock Hill Bend for the 23rd time this race. 20 minutes and 40 seconds gone. We've got under 10 minutes left of this race. And Sparks looks to make his way through the field. He thinks about going down the inside, not quite available. Oh, and he gets his nose chopped off by Scars going into Graham Hill, but it's given him an excellent run out of it. And Sparks now into 4th place. Oh, and he's got out of shape going into clearaways. I don't know if there was a tap involved there. But they're now side by side heading down the Brabham Straight. Into oh my words, what is going on with Scarwars there? I think he's just clipped the gravel. Cuddles is in the pits for his pit stop. And he's gone super softs. We're watching Sparks because we know he's the man on the charge. Got fresh tyres on compared to the guys ahead of him, such as Matthew Lambert, Cutler, Fraser. He's running out of time to get after Fraser. I think he's a bit too far back. 53.3. Scar was in the pits. Uh, 53.3 then for Sparks last time around. Let's have a look. Matthew Lambert at 54.5, so a good 1.2 out of him. 54.8 for Cutler, 54 dead for Fraser, so Sparks definitely fastest man on track so far. Who's got the fastest lap of the race, I wonder? Doesn't say. It's interesting. I can't. There's Cutler's fastest lap there. That's the fastest lap, 53.1 there. I think Sparks had it. I think Sparks has got fastest lap in the minute. He looks down the inside of Matthew Lambert coming down towards Paddock Hill Bend. This for the final step of the podium. And Sparks makes the move complete. And pulls enough of an advantage coming up to Druids, I think, for Matthew Lambert to not even think about having him go. But Sparks does go slightly defensive just to make sure. This is good stuff from Sparks. He's moving up quickly. He's got about 6.25 minutes to go to catch up to Cutler. He's not catching enough to get Fraser, but Cutler is without doubt a potential insight. Big Z is going to have his hands full soon because Scarwars is out, and he's out on fresh tyres. Or I assume he's on fresh tyres. Matthew Lambert pits. Where is he going to come out in relation to PK 261? There's PK 261. Matthew Lambert not coming out yet. There goes PK 261. Here comes Matthew Lambert. It's going to be a close one on the exit of the pits. It's close. Not as close as I thought it would be. There would potentially be a side-by-side action, but not quite. And PK 261 right behind Matthew Lambert now. Meanwhile, behind them, Big Z with Scarwars. This is crucial for Scarwars to get through here, I think. He's on the fresher set of tyres. He's been ripping time out of Big Z visually. 53.8 that time around, so he's been taking time. He looks down the inside, going into clearways. He's going to get the move complete on the exit towards Clark Curve. Nothing Big Z can really do about that because, again, the tyre situation, Big Z doesn't have the tyres. He does have a look towards Paddock Hill, but again, you're not going to be able to do anything. Matthew Lambert starting to pull away now from PK 261. Cutler running 54.6 last time around compared to a 53.3 by Sparks. He's closing in, closing fast. He's going to have 4 minutes now to sort a move out. He's about 2 seconds, I think, roughly, behind Cutler. Now Fraser just coming out of Druids. Scarwars is now starting to pull away from Big Z. Matthew Lambert starting to pull away, so it's the battle of a second then we need to have a look at. Let's have a look on the roof cam. A little bit wide there from Sparks as we head towards Surtees and Clearways. Down towards Paddock Hill for the 30th time. Making as much road as he can possibly get away with right now. Making the course as short as he can. Through Graham here, again he runs a bit wide onto the grass. Left and right. He's really trying to push that car to the limit. Here's Sparks as he comes up towards the line. For the 30th time on lap 31, he's got about 2 minutes 10 seconds then. If he wants to get a move sorted. Meanwhile, Scarwars has not pulled away from Big Z in the meantime. He's now got a penalty of half a second. Makes me make a little effort to have a look to make a move. He does, he looks for the outside. Still no way for Bigsy to get through. We head into the final few laps here at Brands Hatch Indy. See, Star Wars. Head through Clearways and Clark Curve. Sparks has a minute then to get through. And it's not looking so simple. There's Fraser above. We're all gonna get one more lap, I think, out of this. These two. Skywards. Skywards is still in front of Bigsy in the moment. Got to use that tyre advantage. Matthew Lambert really has left PK261. And it looks to me Sparks' tyre advantage has faded away quite quickly here. He's nowhere near the tail of Cutler anymore as they head through Druids. You have 55.1 last time around for Sparks. 54.1 for Cutler. He took a good second out of him. Skywise and Bigsy finished 6th and 7th, but it's going to be this man, F12 for YS. He's going to claim victory as Cuddles finishes 8th. He'll claim victory for race number 2 here at Brands Hatch Indy. Cutler, a very well-deserved 2nd place after race 1. Nice to bounce back in the podium positions for him. Sparks will finish third on a 2-stop strategy. Matthew Lambert also on a 2-stop strategy. Will be in 4th place. As he crosses the line. And finally PK261 will be the last man to finish the race. He's in 5th place. A good drive by him.